All right, y'all. Give me 1 second before we go ahead and get started. But I'll make sure my light works. It's the first time I'm doing on the StreamYard. It's the first time I'm doing it live. So just a little technical difficulties. But we're here for the first episode of Case by Case. If you guys have been following the channel already, I was kind of already telling you guys I wanted to start doing some more content involving going live more, getting more guests involved. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Um, the person I have joining me is a childhood friend. Um, Somebody who's been engaging with the podcast like originally when I had started. So um, when I had a situation like this that actually makes sense, I was like, boom, I got the perfect person. So this is the first time I have her on. Our first special guest, I guess you could say, possible future co-host. But come to the stage, we got Tayma Taylor or Tayma, however you want to say it. But give her a second to get ready, and we can go ahead
Hey
and
y'all.
add her to the stage. What's going on, Tayma?
I'm happy to be here.
Nah, I appreciate you for joining me. Like
Of
I was just telling the
course.
people, this is something I wanted to start doing anyways, having guests. So you are the first guest, might be the first permanent special host, but
Period.
yeah, I think this would be perfect. Already, what I got going on my channel, just to hear a female's perspective in a lot of these conversations, I think would be great, and that's why I think you fit the mold so perfectly. So, thank you for
Hey.
even joining me. I know a lot of people might get mad at me, whatever the case. You're supposed to have me on. Like, look, it's got to make sense for me, and this made a
Yeah.
lot of sense for me. So, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Mm. But we're just gonna get right into it. Y'all know how I usually do on the podcast.
Wait,
You
wait,
know,
wait, wait, wait. Hold on. I can cuss.
yeah, you can cuss. I
Oh,
think.
okay. I gotta. Okay, I just want to make sure I gotta watch my tone and whatnot.
Yeah, maybe it's certain words. Maybe I should have gave you a little a pre warning before, like maybe things you can't say. But it's
Right.
probably like some words you can probably imagine you can't say on here.
Right. Okay. I got you. I
Because we
got
on YouTube and we on Facebook
you.
as well, so got to put our good foot forward, of course.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, like on the podcast, how I usually do. You've seen the podcast, so you already kind of know. But these
Yeah.
conversations I'm usually having, usually is just with one person, so it's kind of hard to hear the other side. It's always coming from a male's perspective. Like I said, I
Mhm.
wouldn't consider myself to be like in the manosphere or anything. I feel like I'm pretty realistic, but just to make sure, if I figure I bring a female on with me. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right. So we've been talking. We just gonna get right into it
Let's get
because
into it.
we were talking about this story. Me and you, we've been kind of chatting about it, the past couple of days. But we're gonna bring it to light. Now, is this kid? Um, I guess it's a thing called a passport bros. So I guess
Mhm.
it's a situation. You get passports as American citizens, and you go out of the country to kind of find, new women and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
So it was this kid, young kid, 19 years old, figured, hey, they're looking for people, to come out there. They're going to pay you to come out there. He was kind of sold the dream to get out there. And he was already convinced at 19 years old that the women in America weren't good enough for him. So he was going to make a little trip out to Tokyo, which is
Mm.
the craziest part about this whole story, just like off rip, is like he's 19 years old and he's already talking about what America isn't providing for him and the type of women we're talking about. But keep in mind, this kid is only 19 years old. How much does he really know?
Not nearly enough yet. Shoot, we in our 20s and we still learning every day.
Exactly. So the fact that he was just so comfortable to go across the country to make this happen is crazy. But we're gonna really get into the details because before he even left, he's convinced that they're paying people to come out there. They want me out there. Boom, I'm gonna do this. It's a chance to sleep with other women. Cool, I'm gonna do it. And then he got the nerve to say, "Oh well, I'm gonna prove to the black woman like why you should treat us a certain way." And
Hmm.
I'm just about to prove to it. But then he goes out there and his sole mission is to get females, right? So if his whole point was to prove to women in America, the black women, how to treat a man and stuff like that, I don't think he's really getting that point across by just choosing to, act like a fuckboy like he would here and just to go across the world to do that.
Yeah, the same formula ain't gonna get a different outcome. It's gonna be the same
Right.
outcome that you got here. And you're not even trying to get to know these women for real. You're just going out there and trying to plant seeds. Like,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
That's it. With the sole mission of that already, like you're not, wearing protection or anything. You're going out here and you're sleeping with these women and just like, oh, it's cool. I'm gonna do this, have a little fun, then head back all the way across the world. How are they gonna trace it back to me? So
Well,
all
shoot,
for it.
I don't know though, because he was talking about he really trying to like live there. At the end
Right.
of it all, he has said like he basically went out sad because he like anybody out here in Tokyo, like if you're trying to make a baby together so we could both get paid and have a better life, let's do it. Like,
Right. Now, before we even get to all that, let me just speed up the process of the story because the kid pretty much goes out there to have this little passport bro session or whatever you want to call it, and he ends up getting burnt by like the first girl, like it's like the first or the second girl he ever met when he was out there.
now
So
should we educate the folks on what a passport bro is? Because some
yeah,
people here might not know.
let them know because I only started to look it up because I saw that video. So really let them know what a passport bro is.
So, from my understanding, a passport bro is someone from America who goes overseas and finds a woman who is willing to do basically shut up and put up and do anything that the man says because he's providing and they're coming here and he's providing her with a better life, a better future, and X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, does that explain it enough?
Definitely, because that's
Okay.
pretty much the information I gather as well. Is pretty much like you're looking for a certain type of female that you feel like is no longer in America and is,
Mhm.
across the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's that's what I got from it as well. But I mean, like I said, just such a cop out. I mean, he's only 19 years old. You really don't know what the world has to offer to
Yeah.
make that decision.
Hmm. I agree. And I think that you know, I just don't I could see like maybe if that was his plan and he would have just kept it on a hush hush and just
Mhm.
did him. But now he just made himself a target really and just made it all bad for himself because now everybody onto you. Everybody like the whole world catching on at this point. This is going all over the place. Now Black Twitter, like all of that. It's
Right.
just all over the place.
And I mean, this decision that he has to live with. I mean, because what I got from this story is mainly like this whole trip was just driven by clout. You know what I mean? Because he's documenting this whole story. Like he sleeps with the girl, he gets burned. He's documenting that. Even he's telling you everything that's going on. Even after he already got burned, he's still choosing, to sleep with women and do all this stuff on top of it. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a lot. Like,
I agree. I think that I really think that it just sends a bad message to the youth because it's just like you're so young. And not only that, you took the time to get up and go to Tokyo like it's not other like there's not a variety of ethnicities like here in America.
right.
And it's just like you you didn't have no real plan for real. It was just to go out there and try to get some money. And then too, why do you think their government is giving black men money? You think that they just willy nilly like, oh yeah, come on over here and have a good life with us? What?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, for a 19-year-old kid to fall victim to that, I mean, it definitely makes sense. Like not kind of seeing like the writing on the wall that maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be, and if somebody's paying you to do this, you know what I mean? It's got to be for a reason.
Right. And I really want to say, like, where are his parents? But I guess once you turn 19, folks really think you grown once you turn 18, 19, but you're literally still a baby. And that's my thing. You're a baby out in Tokyo by yourself. Like you out here
Right.
by yourself. No bodyguards, no brother, no nothing. Like if they take your ass and drag you up through. You're out of here. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And he talked about that too when he was at that little nightclub or whatever. You know, he put the buffs on, the sunglasses or whatever, and now dudes are looking at him. He has a little situation leaving the
What's
club
on
because you
them?
trying to get girls. You know what I mean? Like you in a foreign
Mhm.
country, just moving how you want and not knowing. Like everywhere is different, but like we keep going back to the fact that him just being so young and just out of touch. You know?
Naive and so naive.
Yeah.
Cause he just like y'all can sit here, y'all can wait, y'all can play, but me, I'm gonna go out here and get it. And it's just like,
Right.
all right. And
Like
what else did you get?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what
He was
else
showing
did
the
you
on the video. Yeah.
It's
Like
just sad.
and like just kind of reel it back, like because what we do, I always try to bring it back to like relationship stuff as well. Like that's a real thing, like hookup culture. You know, like as soon
Hmm.
as he get out there, he get on Tinder. Like you in a whole new playground. You know, you could walk around. You know, help an old lady across the street. Like help a female at the store. Like it's other ways you can try to game with female before you just get on the dating app. But it's like I feel like that generation is just it's very normal to them. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't even think twice about it.
So I have a question for you.
What's up?
How do you feel about Tinder? Do you feel like Tinder is a good place to go find a match, or do you feel like
I'll be honest.
sketchy?
It just depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Because everybody's intentions aren't all the same. You know. So I
Hmm.
mean, if you're going on there, you think you really about to find, you know, like some true love. I wouldn't hold your breath on it. It's probably a very, very low percentage on that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I agree. I agree. I really feel like, well, I feel like the women,
Hmm.
most of the women on there are actually looking for a partner in something serious. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. But I feel like the men, I think they just coming around to have some fun, just stick their foot in the water a little bit and then get up out of there. And that's just I just that proves, like, his scenario proves that that's that type of playground, because
Yeah.
you just got up on here and I mean within day one you already got somebody back. Like, it didn't even take you 24 hours. There's 24 hours in a day, and it didn't even take you 24 hours to find somebody. Yeah.
Got straight to it.
And got straight to it. And no helmet in his terms. No helmet at that. Like, just out here free balling. It's
Just
crazy.
young and dumb. Like you was in Tokyo. It's so much stuff you could have saw in Tokyo, and you're
And so
so
much
fucking.
food too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he barely talked about any food on that whole trip. I'm like, dang, bro, like nothing.
And he got hair too. Like, it's so much. It's like so inexpensive to go out of country and get braids and all this stuff. Like, he could have had a whole trip, had so much fun, and all he was worried about the whole time was females who clearly given the same kind of energy that you was getting back home, really.
Yeah,
And
damn,
really no energy, because you're not even really getting to know these women for real. But you talk about,
right.
I know she would make a good mother if I would have. How?
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't
Yeah.
know.
And that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. You flew all the way across the country just to get burned. You could have stayed in America to get burned, like my boy.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. And then you went out there. Like, his thing was, he said this was like he went to Tokyo for like his diss track to black women, but you
mhm.
could have found a Asian woman, you could have found a Puerto Rican woman, you could have found a Dominican woman, you could have found any of that here.
Exactly.
So I just don't understand it, but I really just hope that the people who are watching his story are actually learning something from it and learning
Yeah.
something positive and not negative, because I know some people, some younger men are probably watching it like, oh, but bro could do it. I know I could do it. Like, I could put that
Right.
shit on too. I could da 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 too. And if he got chlamydia and gonorrhea, he calling it gonorrhea. Like, don't even know how to pronounce what you out here picking up. Like, I just pray that the younger men and women of this generation are watching that and learning that, like, you have to protect yourself at all costs.
Always.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
always take like don't just take the bad from the situation because I know it. Like we remember what it was like being like young like that. You know what I mean? It's like easily being influenced, like especially like for just being a boy growing up. It's so much ego. You know what I mean? And it's so much
Yes.
easier to be attracted to the bullshit just because I gets more attention. Like, but you don't
Yeah.
really want them to think that's a good idea because it comes with a lot of negative stuff. Like he went all the way across the world to get burnt. You know what I mean? So I hope they're looking at that and not the fact that he did sleep with multiple women out there. You know?
Yeah. And I guess apparently y'all really have to. I really would love for y'all to go back and watch that story because it's really crazy because he ended up running into somebody else out there who was like on the same type of time, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like they was feeding off of each other's energy, and it's just like it's so important to have people around you with good quality mindset, like with a
Mm-hmm.
great quality mindset, or like, you know what I'm saying, just understanding what times that we're living in. Because all it took, like he talking about, like, that was a sign for him to run into somebody else who telling him, like, he was like, right then and there, my third eye opened. And it's just like, you at all advice ain't good advice,
Exactly.
because you see you running out around here burnt out, literally
Literally.
burnt out, and your boy probably running around here burnt out too, and ain't no
Mm-hmm.
telling what else y'all picking up, and they probably messing with the same women too, don't even know it, probably passing around the
Exactly.
same women doing the same stuff, and it's just like,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
can't go outside like that.
yeah. As like I said, I could have ended, real bad from the fact that he's even sleeping with women and then he's catching stuff and he's posting it. Like, I don't know how they get down over here, but I'm pretty sure that's a felony here. Like, if you give somebody something you got and you don't tell them,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you can.
That was my point, because in the video he was like, yeah, she's lucky that, I don't know if he said, I think he said he didn't do anything with her, and he was like, she's lucky that I didn't do anything because I was feeling funny down there, because I know she would have made a great mother. And it's just like, not you trying to get her pregnant without even her consent. Like, just because, like, at the end of the day, you're like forcing someone into being a mother, because not every woman believes in abortion. But now that you willingly laid down and planned to get her pregnant, now the whole trajectory of her life has been changed forever, because you
Yeah,
decided to come around, and you're 19 at that. Now today you might be feeling like, yeah, I'm ready to have kids, I'm ready to do this, but 25, 28, 20, 27, whatever, later on down the line, are you really going to want to be involved with these women anymore? And what
right.
about the kids? And what about how they feel about that whole situation,
When you got kids, you can't just go to Tokyo for no 10 days, my boy. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like,
Or come back to America, because he's making babies out there, but your family, your home base, and all of that is here. Eventually you're gonna want to come back here, which is just like so pointless to me, because you ran there,
yeah,
and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna end up coming back, and especially because he's put a target on his back, basically. So y'all know Japan and Tokyo and all of them, they don't play, especially you're a black man in their
right.
country. They not about to play with you like that. So they
Mm-hmm.
probably scoping you, watching your every move, waiting on you to slip up,
Right.
and they're probably gonna make an example out of you. And it's just like, where are your people? Where's anybody to tell you, to really sit down and talk to you and tell you, like, first of all, at 19, I don't even think you need to be worried about all of that. Like, you got
Yeah.
plenty of time to make families and do all of that. Like, you're just supposed to be living life, enjoying life, traveling, and actually making the most out of that experience. Like,
Right. Like
there's
you still 19. You still got plenty of women to deal with still in America. Like he's
yes.
probably only been what you probably lost his virginity within the past 3 to 4 years. You know,
Hmm.
it's like you've only had 3 to 4 years of sleeping with women in America.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm. And not even that, but like really women who have their mind right, because you're judging 19-year-olds. 19-year-olds are still young and dumb and full of cum. Come
literally.
on, come
Like
on.
Thinking with the wrong head. Always.
Yes. Yeah. Mm.
But
But that's why I just think that it's great that, you know, it's people out here like ourselves who are willing to really sit down and not care about what people think about us being real and, you know, standing for something. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people just about an image and just want to look cool to the people, and they don't really care about being good inside, you know.
right. So hopefully that's one thing, that people take from this. I mean, I have a pretty um rangy age group of people from my analytics show from 18 to 44. So hopefully on the lower end, those 18-year-olds who come across the video or are watching, like don't like we get it. We were young before, we still young, but we was at the age before, you feel invincible. You can do all these things and there's no repercussions. But I mean, for a lot of things you do, like they will be action to it. You go out here, you sleep with women and you're not having, protected sex and stuff like that. I mean, stuff like this is going to happen. Just know it, it's real.
It's real out here. And then, too, going back to what you said, like, you have to let your ego, like, play the background and
Hmm.
not be the forefront, because a lot of times when you're young, you don't really want to hear an adult's advice or you know, your elder or just
Right.
anybody past your years advice, because you just feel like, I'm out here, I got this, that's not gonna happen to me. But it's like 9 times out of 10, we all kind of live in the same life. Our stories might be a little bit different. Our journeys might, you know, vary and change however they may. But for the most part, we all can sit here and say, like, you've been through your own experiences and I've been through my own experiences, but we could both sit here and say, like, we basically came to the understanding that
Mm-hmm.
it's a like balance somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Our
how
parents weren't right about everything, but majority of what they
yeah,
was telling us, like today, we realize, like,
exactly.
yeah.
Man, and
So
something
he really got to just sit back and take that advice, I'm sure, because he said his family been
mm,
eating him up, the comments been eating him up, just
yeah.
everybody just been coming down on him. And I
Mm,
really hope that he can sit down and just really take that into consideration and not really take it as like people just coming down on me and they don't know me and da 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 da, and just really take into consideration that, like, we want what's best for you too. Like, we don't want you just out here fucked up. That's why we literally have something to say about it, because what was you thinking when you brought this to the internet? That's what I want to
like
understand.
you're bragging about it.
Yeah. And then it's people in the comments like, yeah, bro, yeah, rooting for him, chanting him on. And it's just like, and this is who's supposed to, like, run the world in the future. Like, come on.
It's our youth.
Yes.
But I mean, I think the main point too is like you're saying, like you would like your parents would tell you stuff when you were younger, and it's kind of like a balance of which stuff is right, which stuff is wrong. I mean, he might not be the same, 19-year-old when he's, 23, 24, 25. He might look back on that moment and really realize that was a bad decision. And that's all you can really hope for, because you don't want him to look back, when he's 25 years old, looking how he was as 19 and trying to relive how he was when he was 19, because that's
Hmm.
the other side to it. It's either you're going to learn from it or you going to acknowledge it but not take it as serious.
Hmm. Like, just sweep it under the rug, and that's just who I am. That's just me, and either you're gonna accept it or you're not. Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
But all right, we're gonna finish with that topic. We're gonna move on to the next topic. And me and you, we had talked about this before. I talked about it on the podcast, but it was a little post going viral. It was a man, he had taken this girl out to dinner. It was the first date. Um, they go out, they're having a good time, good convo, good food, everything's all well and dandy. Comes time for the bill. He's like, yo, I left my wallet at home. Like, could you pay for it? And then when I get back to the house, like, I'll give you the money for it. That sounds like a very reasonable thing to ask. If you forget your wallet, you might want to ask somebody, hey, do you have any money? Because I currently don't have money.
Hmm.
She responded by getting up and leaving. Now, Now we got a female's perspective, so we can really talk about it because I already talked about it a little bit, and I ain't go too hard on them, or I didn't go hard on either of them. Honestly, too hard because I'm trying to be empathetic. I'm trying to be understanding what both sides are going through. But the main conclusion I came to is, uh, he was wrong and she was wrong. I think she was more wrong because at the end of the day, you can feel how you can feel about how the date is supposed to go or how it's supposed to end. But at the end of the day, y'all had dinner and y'all ate, and then she left. So technically, she a burglar. So I mean, that's just a red flag right there. If you're gonna date a woman, just know that she might be prepared to walk out on some food that she ain't paid for. Now that's just how I feel. But I want to get your perspective on this from a woman's perspective. What went wrong in this situation?
Let me sip my wine on this one before I give y'all my perspective because um I feel both ways towards both of them because I feel like for me, I don't know how I would have handled that at the end of the day, but for me, like how you said on a podcast, like yeah, as a woman, number one, you don't never ever 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 leave a house with that purse empty. Never.
Flex.
Never. When I was younger, my grandmother, like when I would go to her house on the weekends and stuff, when I would get with her or when I would leave from her, she would literally slip me coins and dollars and just always tell me, like, make sure you always keep some money in your purse. You don't know what situation you might be in. So I agree with that when you had said that, right?
Okay.
But I was a little taken back about that situation because how old are we? What type of games is you playing here? Talk about I forgot my I forgot my wallet. But where he didn't have me effed up at is he said I would pay it back later. So as a woman, if I'm on a date with a man and I gotta cover the bill, I'm gonna cover it. But you immediately better have it after because on the
Right.
first date, I just feel like I'm not paying for the first date. I'm not because now I'm not opposed to paying for the second date because you took care of the first one
Right.
and you did X, Y, and Z. I might just if I'm really, really, really feeling you like that, I might ice you out like that. But the first date is it's not happening. And I feel like if you don't give me the money back later, then what type of games are you playing?
Right.
So I feel like her getting up and walking out, I feel like that was a little bit extra because it's just like we all fall short somewhere. Like
Right.
if he like really didn't intentionally forget his wallet, then it's like okay, I can understand and I'll cover it right now. But you definitely got to pay that back because as a man, you lead and I follow behind you.
Right.
How am I already starting off taking care of you when you like as a man you got to take care of me, and when you take care of me that make me want to take care of you.
Right.
So that's my perspective on that.
Because
I feel like
do you think there's like okay, it's different. Like if the date's going smooth and then that happens, it's kind of like okay, that might not be a deal breaker. But if off rip, it's kind of like he giving you like bum vibes. You know what I mean? He on his phone, like the date's already going bad. I can see that being a reason. Like okay, so the bill comes out now, you're like, oh, you left your wallet at home. I can see that as being a deal breaker. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So that matters, right? Because like
It matters.
break it down.
But two, I don't know. Like I feel like the first day you shouldn't have forgot that wallet anyways, Playboy. You should have been when you got in the car. You need to fill your pockets, make sure. And if you don't have that wallet, you need to go back in the house. You need to be on your A game on that first date, especially if you like really feeling that person. Like if you really
Yeah,
feeling like oh, she looked good. Because he said her mind was right. It wasn't even just her looks, but
and
her
that's
mind was
big.
right. Like you got to get your mind right too, babes. Get your mind right. But at the end of the day, his mind was right, and he was just testing her. But I don't feel like that's a good way to test a woman because automatically you coming off like I
That's
don't know.
that is weird too. Like offer to be playing games there like that. Like,
Yes, like that's kind of like because the waitress has said you're a smart man for weeding her out like that, basically. But it's just like, are you really, or is that kind of like manipulation? Because it's just like,
Yeah, it's a fine line.
yeah, it's like, because then my thing about it is, what if she would have been like, oh babe, don't even worry about it, I got it, I can ice this out, that's cool. He would have been like, okay, go ahead, and would have probably acted like his wallet was really,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, at
for
home, because
sure.
you was gonna be like, oh, here, no, I was just playing, I was just trying to test you.
Yeah,
I don't know, don't play them type of games with me like that. Or like when she got up to walk away, he should have been like, no, I'm playing, shorty,
yeah,
like.
for sure.
But because I could understand why she would just get up and walk out, because it ain't to say she ain't have it on her. She just felt like, what type of games are you playing here? Like,
Right.
you knew you was bringing me on this date today and you ain't had your wallet. I don't know. That's different.
It is. But I'm also kind of looking at the girl too, like kind of like a little funny too, because at the end of the day, like they both grown. So like I feel like as a man, like first date, you gotta have your wallet. You know
You
what I'm
have
saying?
to have your wallet. That's why I said he should have been. All right,
That's
cool.
number one. I don't care if you gotta go like you ain't got no clean socks to put on and you barefooting in your Jordans. That's okay, but like leaving your wallet is never gonna be okay because like really all you need your keys, some gas in the car, smell at least a little nice. And then the
Right.
wallet is the main thing. Like you don't
Right.
even want to have like the freshest outfit, like brand new. Just wear some clothes that's not raggedy and bring your wallet, my boy.
Mhm. I don't know, because I just feel like I didn't like. I know every man ain't the same and whatnot, but I didn't got in a car with my boyfriend before, and he didn't fell his pockets and left my wallet in the house. Let me go back and get it, and that's not even on a date. Like, come
Yeah,
on, where is you going without your wallet? Like, in general, it goes back to my grandmother saying, don't ever have an empty-handed purse, because it don't matter if you was going on that date or to the gas station. You run out of gas somewhere, you out on the road, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money. Anything can happen. You just out here, basically, you free balling. You just out here just willy-nilly. You don't care what happened. Wherever the day take you, it's whatever. Like,
right. And it's only gonna take you to the free places. You ain't got your wallet on you, my boy. Like, and
right.
you only got to
So,
ID you out the window. All that
yeah.
shit is out the window.
So my suggestion for him moving forward, if you was trying to weed her out and see what type of woman she was, you could have suggested like, okay, let's go to the park, let's have a walk, let's talk, let's get to know each other that way. Then no money is involved at all, and you can kind of, because some women will be like, I've seen them videos and them TikToks about like, I don't want to go to no coffee shop on a first date. I don't want to go to no park
Yeah,
on a first date. And that's cool. But to me, I would like to go for a walk in the park. I don't mind that. Like, everybody ain't hungry every second of the day. We ain't got to go sit
right,
down and eat. I just feel like the only thing that's off that I would never do for the first date is a movie, because you can't really interact with nobody in a movie and get
I
to know
agree.
somebody. But anything else, like, you could have took her on a date that you didn't have to involve no money, and you could have
Right,
tested her that way to see like, okay, if I'm not icing you out on the first date, if I'm not spending a bunch of money to get to know you on the first date, is you still gonna vibe with me like I'm a vibe with you type of thing. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Yeah. So that's my suggestion for him, because I don't know. I feel like he would have kind of had me effed up too, like he had her. But I'm the type of woman who would have went in my bag and pulled that out and paid for it. And you just better have it.
right,
Like you said, you got it, or you will never hear from me again. I'm gone. I'm ghost.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
I feel like as a man, that just sound like a bad example to start off. It's like, damn, I'm the
Yes.
man that like I always gotta look out for, and they don't
And
even
on
gotta
the
like.
first date,
That's what I'm saying, my boy. It's like, bro,
not
it's
even a second, third.
man, look, I done been on dates. I went to the movie theater. I done fell asleep in the movie theater. But like, this isn't on the first date. Like you, like on the first date, you got to be so proper. You got to be punctual.
You
Even if
gotta
you
come
somebody,
prepared.
even if you somebody who's always gonna be late for your dates, be 15 minutes early for that first date to just set the standard. You
Yes.
feel
Okay.
me?
Yes. Yes.
But
I agree.
I don't know. It was a mess, but I was having this conversation with a couple of people, and everybody's kind of split in the middle. Which I
It's like
mean,
a teetering
yeah,
like thing because it's like I kind of get him, but he got me messed up at the same time. It's just
because
like then you playing mind games. I don't know. A man that play mind games like that, it's just like, what else would you be the type to be like? Yeah, such and such said they seen a car pull up past the house and da 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 da, and you want some plotting and ain't nothing happened, and then you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
everybody
just
don't play. Everybody don't play the same. Like
okay.
that's pretty much what it is. Like you might have a female where it's like you can get away doing stuff like that, and it's cool. But it's just like it's real women. That's like, man, because that might have been her thought process too. It's like, yo, this is my first date. I literally got money in my pocket right now, but like I'm not paying for the first date. I'm not fucking with this dude anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Could have been that simple.
Mm-hmm.
But
But that's just a like because like you said, I feel like we need more context to the like we heard his side, but we need to hear her side because we need to understand like was she really feeling him? Because like you said, the date might not have been what she wanted it to be. She might feel like I'm already not feeling you like that for real, and then you come
exactly.
in unprepared. Like, bro, I'll catch you later. You deal with that how you deal with that, but. I don't know. I feel like we just need more context behind that because it's like it is a teetering thing.
Just a little bit more information would get us to go to the left side or just to go to the right side. That's it. You know, you
Yeah,
found out the date was bad. You're like, oh, bro, like she was gonna leave regardless.
she was
Like,
gonna leave regardless. She was just sitting for the free meal, like because a lot of women do go on dates. They don't even be feeling a man like that, but they just going for a meal or just to get out the house and you know what I'm saying, have something to do. But
that's a new
man,
culture
you don't even come prepared. Got I got to see you later.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's what it boils down to. Honestly, I think we're just missing just a little bit more information that kind of get us to really lean to one side or the other. But I mean, just based off the information we know, they kind of was both playing games. You know what I mean? And then the waiter, she ad libbing. Oh, you smart. This ain't got nothing to do with you. You know? Did he take you out to dinner right after that and do the same trick on you too? Like what you
Mm-hmm.
did? So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know,
Cause he really could have like cause he said her mind was right. And that's my thing too. Like why
man.
he didn't stop her and be like, hold on, Shorty, I was just playing. I just wanted to see like what was
Yeah,
up or whatever. Cause then she could have expressed to him like, I don't even play them type of games. Like, I
yeah,
don't mind taking care of you, but I'm just now getting to know you. Like, that's the thing.
yeah,
A lot of women want to like, we will top all of that. We will do all of that. Just the way that we want to love, we want to love. Like
right.
we want to be showered with affection, we gonna shower you in affection. Baby, how was your day? A massage and da da da. But it's just like if you not even coming off top, like seeming like somebody who deserved that type of energy, it's just like, because did you really care about this date enough for real? If you really came here without your wallet, I don't know.
Right.
I
But
don't know. But it's like it's like shit happens. You
yeah.
know, shit happens. So you just never know. You just never know. That's why we need more information.
But that's what threw me off too, because like when a man says like he likes a girl's mind, like he's saying like he really rock with her. That's like saying like, bro, like most men don't got a funny girlfriend. So if you
Mhm.
talking about if your man is telling you funny, I promise you funny. I've been with girls and it's not like, girl, you funny, you funny. You said something funny, but you not funny. You know, it's a big difference. So
Right.
the fact that he looked past all the looks and everything was like, yo, like I really like her mind, but then still let her walk out and pull that trick. It's kind of making me think like, bro, why, pull
Why?
the last minute and be like, yo, I was just playing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then you just never talked to. Maybe she might have blocked him, but you just never
Oh
talked to her again. You never reached out to her and said like, "Shorty, I was just playing. I'm really feeling you. Let me make it up. I didn't
yeah,
like. I had my wallet, but I was just trying to peep what type of woman you are." And then she could have let him know like, "That's not how I get down. It's not. I don't even play like that." So moving forward, you gotta treat me different. Like
yeah. Set the
yeah.
standard right there. Like I'm not the one to play games with. And then I saw his
And
Facebook name.
but she let him know. She let him
Yeah,
know when she got up and walked out that she not the type to play games. Don't play games with that woman.
and I could definitely appreciate that too. But what also messed me up, his Facebook name was like Tay so fly or something like that. It's like, boy, Tay so fly, but you ain't got no dollars in your pocket, my boy. What's the deal?
Because that's the thing. Like, you just can't, like, because you know how they be like, well, as soon as you see a red flag, run. That's kind of a red flag. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of a red flag, because some men really don't be having nothing, but they be so sneaky and conniving that they will be like,
you would think.
I forgot my wallet. Whole time you ain't had no money anyways, but you wanted to be out with me. Just like old dude went to Tokyo. Look, I'm going back for a second. But just like he went to Tokyo and his friend out there leeching off the women out there. That's that type of mind games that they be playing. Like, dang, shorty, I forgot my wallet. Like, whole time you don't have no money.
Right. Yeah, there's no wallet.
There's no wallet. Nowhere to be found. Okay. Yeah. I just felt like that was very like that was a teetering situation. So
Right.
I don't know. I kind of commend her for walking away. But like I said, it depends, because if I was really feeling old dude, then I would have paid for it, because just a human being, you understand, like, mistakes happen. Sometimes you do be rushing out the house like shit. Then you gotta turn back around and go back to the house, you know what I'm saying, and grab something or whatever the case may be. But so it's like, if I really feel you, I might. I mean, plus, like you said, I don't want to be a thief. So I might have paid for it. Like, I would have paid for it, put the money down, and like after I paid for it, walked away. Cause it's just like, you got me paying on the first date. You got me messed up.
Man.
And then it's like, what? So now I'm supposed to follow you back to your house to get the money from you on a first date? And then, like, these days that we living in, what's really up? Because you don't have Apple Pay. You don't have
Zelle, Cash App, Apple. Like, come on, my boy.
You didn't even say, let me Zelle it to you and then you just take care of it. Let me Apple Pay it to you and then you take care of it. You just skip straight to just take care of it and I give it right back to you after. Like,
she definitely wasn't feeling it though.
She wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it either.
Because I mean that's important though. Like, first date etiquette is important, because like I feel like there's certain things that'll happen like on the first day that maybe you'll put up with like on the 7th or the 8th day. But like, if you do it on the first day, it's almost guaranteed. Like, man, like after we
You
part
out of
ways,
here.
yeah, for sure. Like, I've definitely been on dates and like midway through the day, I'm like, oh, I'm never seeing this girl again. Like,
Never. Yes, I agree. And that's why I said some of the women do be coming just for the free meal. And now she didn't, because she might not have even been feeling him to that extent when they went out on a date. But she's just like, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Because I really think you can't judge a book by its cover. Now, he do need to carry himself well, smell good. But I ain't saying you got to be dripped down in designer and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Just come prepared. Like, put your best foot forward, you know? Because I don't believe you should judge a man off of what he wearing or what he driving and all of that. Like, just as long as it's something nice, something good that could get you from A to, you know what I'm saying? That's just, you just, you know what I'm saying? You're my partner. So I want you to, you know what I'm saying, match. You know what I'm saying? We need to be compatible on them levels or whatever. But she might not have even came to the date. She might have really just been like, I mean, well, even if I don't really care for him, at least I get a free meal.
Right. She had to pay. She didn't have a heart attack. Like, hell no. I didn't want to be here. Like,
right.
I mean,
so I definitely think we need to go back to that post and we need to tell everybody to just do our hardest, bestest job to find her, because we need her take on it, because we heard his, but we need to know what was really going on, because that it's a red flag in two different manners. Because not only did you come to you talking about you forgot your wallet, but so for her, you forgot your wallet, and then at the end of the day you playing mind games. That's a red flag.
Right. But that might I'm trying to think like in my position too. That might make me mad if I go on a date with a girl and she don't got no wallet either. It's not like I was gonna make you pay, but if you don't got your wallet, it's kind of already letting me know what female you are because like my mom ain't never went nowhere without her purse. It's never been like, oh, my mom ain't been like, we have to make, oh man, I forgot my purse. Like that shit ain't never
But
happened.
that's my
That way
thing. Like
responsible.
us as women, we gotta fill our purse up. We need our phone, we need our lip gloss, we need our purse, we need our keys, we need all this and all that. And how come we coming prepared but you not?
Right.
All you have to do is have your wallet and your keys.
Mm-hmm. And she
So
definitely shouldn't have went home with them either because if you ain't got your wallet, you ain't got your ID either. We get pulled over in this motherfucker. I ain't driving your car home. I ain't bailing you out. Ain't none of that. It's over. You gonna be salty.
and that's my thing too. Like, because at the end of the day, he talking about I give it right back to you. How? You think
Yeah.
I'm about to follow you home on a first date? Because now I'm thinking, what is you really up to? Like, now you ain't even paid for the date, but you trying to get me back to your house.
Straight to the cheeks. That's what he on.
That's probably what she was thinking. Like, yeah,
But my boy, if you ain't paid for the first day, you can forget about the cheeks, my boy.
you can forget about it.
Like you can't be
Just
out
don't
here
even,
bumming and think
just
you about to get some.
literally. Well, then again, I mean, people out here doing anything. You see how they is out in Tokyo. I just can't get over that. I cannot get over that. Cause I just really want women to just stop settling. Men too, but really women. I really, really, really want us
Yeah.
women to stop settling. And maybe that's where she's standing firm because she like, I don't play them type of games.
Yeah, facts. Because it be the dudes like that be ruining for the dudes that the women's supposed to be with. You know, she's so
Yeah.
bad because she dealing with a bum, and when she get with a dude like me, she don't know how to act like
Okay.
a
Or can't
flower.
even get with a good dude because you this one who ain't nothing taking up your time. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
And
And
you know
a
that's true.
good man is not gonna entertain you knowing, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that you got a situation going on, but because he's a bum, you're just okay with, you know what I'm saying? Do that
Yeah.
make sense? Like, yeah.
No, yeah, and it's definitely it comes down to preference, especially when it comes to picking your partner and stuff like that. Like what you will put up and what you won't put up with. But
Yeah.
it's like I mean that's I don't know. I feel like I'm too grown for that. I'm not playing games on the first day. Like oh I forgot my wallet. It's like what are we doing there? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I didn't been on dates and I've had my wallet and my card declined. Now that's a whole different ball game. Like that's like, oh, you balling on the budget. You still took me out on the day. It's like no, like credit cards they be having issues. I ain't the only one that shit happened to
Do
before.
they? No,
Oh,
I'm
here we
playing.
go. Here we go. Everybody giving that sign like, oh, okay, like,
Yeah,
but,
they
but
be having their problems.
yeah. But I mean, like I said, but me also, I always got more than one card on hand too. So like that card really doesn't work.
Period.
I got the credit card
Period.
that always gonna go through no matter what. But
Period.
it's definitely awkward, but it's not as bad. Like bro, I feel so embarrassed if I was on a date and I gotta tell this girl like, yo, can you pay for our first date because I forgot my wallet? That's weird.
That is very weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I was a man, I would have like bubbles in my guts, like just thinking about how am I about to tell this girl this? Because, bro,
Right.
that's just really just that really do kind of give off vibes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not you got me here playing games like
Right.
that. Because
Well, I
all
mean,
you had to have was your keys and your wallet. Like,
right.
what's really going on here?
And if it is true, he waited for when the bill to come out and he realized he forgot his wallet. Because I know me, like, I don't even like carrying the wallet because it's too bulky. I usually just got like my cards and my ID on me and stuff like that. But even with
Mhm.
that, like, I'm always checking, make sure, I ain't lose it. I still got it on me. It's like, you ain't do none of that before that bill came. So that's why this story is kind of like, we need a better breakdown of what happened. We need him to give us like a play by play, step by step, everything that happened from start to finish. And we need to hear her side.
Yeah, because I really refuse to believe that if he would have been like, wait, I'm just playing, I got it. Like, because I just really don't think that, I guess I'm not in his shoes, so I can't really say what he done been through that make him think that's okay to do that. But I just really don't see how you could just let a woman who you said had a good mind, a good personality, y'all, everything was great, and then you just pulled that stunt, and then she was done, and you just was like, shoot, just let her go ahead.
Yeah. But like we talked about before, just in this the dating scene now, what if it was a thing where he trying to protect himself from not having to pay for this girl who just trying to get a free meal, and she was genuinely trying to go on a date, you know?
But like, that goes back to me saying every date don't gotta be dinner.
That's true.
Like, take me to a park. Let's walk around. Like, at the end of the day, you could be like, let's go to the grocery store and get all the stuff together. Let's go have a picnic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the picnic stuff gonna cost or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? If you trying to take a woman on a date, I feel like if you don't have the funds to be going on a date, do not date. Focus on yourself. Get your priorities together. Get your life right so that you can be able to do that.
Right.
Right? And if you feel like you're not trying to pay for no free meal, like you don't have to take nobody to, you know, Ruth Chris and the most expensive steakhouse and all
Right.
of that. You got different options. There's different ways to enjoy your first date. Y'all could have went bowling.
Yeah.
And bowling is like what? Probably like $12 a person or something.
You could definitely spend you a nice little $30-$40 just bowling, you know?
Okay.
Like,
and and not have to worry about like, oh, is she just using me for the dinner or da 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 da, like. But at the end of the day, you a grown man, you better pull them briefs up and handle business, because how she know if she really feeling you until y'all go on that first date? It might be a free meal regardless. Even if she wasn't going for the free meal, it might turn into a free meal because she not messing with you like that, you know. So if you're not prepared to date, just don't date. Like, if you're not prepared for what it come with, just don't do it. Cause that just is, I feel like there's other ways to test to get to know a woman without testing her to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Cause he could have just asked her, hypothetically, what if I, forgot my wallet at home? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And she could have been like, babe, you're playing, right? You're playing, right? And he could have been like, yeah, but I just wanted to see what she was going to say. And da, da, da. She could have told him, like, I was going to get up and go. I was going to get up and go. Or she would have been like, I would have covered it, but you better have had it, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly feel like that's his loss, because you came trying to play mind games and you play stupid games, you win stupid prize. How that go? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But we can kind of put a pin on that because I'm glad we got to flush this out for sure, because definitely a conversation good for the channel for sure, because we talk about a lot of relationship stuff and just like how it is dating now on the scene. And like, I mean, this is something that you're dealing with. You might have to deal with a female, you don't know if she really likes you or she's trying to get a free meal, and I mean vice versa. You don't know if the man's not really trying to take you out to dinner, he's just trying to smash. So it's like everybody's kind of very timid and not really trying to put their best foot forward so nobody gets hurt. But it's like if everybody just half in and half out, you're gonna get results that are half in and half out. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean, y'all stay safe out here. I mean, I don't know if there's like a way that you can like have like a little vetting process so you don't deal with a female. Like I don't even know, like, don't deal with the film, because I really don't know what he was trying to prove. Was he just trying to prove that she will pay for dinner, or was he just trying to prove does she have like actual real money? Like, if she's gonna put like a fat stack? Like, I'm still trying to figure out. Like,
I feel like that to me would give like you thought that I was about to be one of them females who just be like, I'm trying to watch my words because I don't want to offend anybody, but you know, some of these women really be
Let it out. Fuck
and
it.
they be tricking, they be taking care of everything, paying for everything. You living with me in my house, under
Mm-hmm.
my roof, not paying no bills. You driving my car on some Jody, like on
Jody.
some Jody. Yes,
Real
yeah.
life
So,
Jodies.
so some women really be out here doing that, and maybe he was trying to see, like, if she was gonna be that type of woman. Because what else was you trying to achieve at the end of the day by doing that?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm just confused as you are because even as like I break this down, I keep talking about it. I'm trying to explain like, oh, so you can do this, so you can figure out what I'm so
Yeah.
like. Can she afford a meal? I'm sure she can afford a meal, but it's like, what are you setting this up to be? You know?
Yes, because why should she be affording a meal on a first date? That's what I'm trying to understand is why should she have been able to do that on a first date anyways? Babe, it's the first date. Like, what is there, since we're talking about dating etiquette, like a man at the end of the day, a man is like a lion, right? A man is gonna hunt and chase and get and provide and take care of his woman, his family, all of that, right?
Mm.
So it's just, my thing is, why do we gotta act like a woman's supposed to, like, when it comes to this, like, what does she bring to the table? When you take a woman from her father, you supposed to be ready to upgrade her life. And now I'm talking marriage, but just in general, when you get involved with somebody, I just really feel like it should be like, at the end of the day, like, hopefully you're dating to marry. You're not just dating to just F off and waste time. Like,
Right.
hopefully you're being intentional. And if a woman ain't where you feel like she should be, all it takes is a little pouring into her to get her to be there, really. Because sometimes, you know, a woman just need someone to invest into her, and then, you know what I'm saying, she out of there, like, you know what I'm
That's
saying,
it.
take off, and now she can take care of your whole family just like you can take care of the whole family. But
Yeah.
it's just like, why don't men want to invest in a women no more? Like, why don't men want to put they woman in a better situation? You just want me to just, like, because you know, men be like, yeah, she was with me when I was on a come up. I ain't have nothing, and she loved me, and da 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 da. Why are we supposed to go through that, but y'all can't go through that? Like,
It's a certain type of man I feel like that can't do it. You feel me? But I definitely agree with you for sure. Like you gotta be with me for my bad times and for the good times as well.
and clearly she wasn't on no bad times, because obviously she was looking apart, being apart. She was the whole package, he said. So it's just like, why play with her like that? Like, why? I don't get it. And I think that, like you said, ain't no way to vet out nothing. You just really gotta get in the field and really,
Get vulnerable. Get some skinny
yes,
on.
yeah, you gonna get hurt. But it's just like when you learn in a sport or whatever, in football, soccer, whatever, you might get hurt, you might break a bone, you might whatever, but you fall down, you get back up, dust yourself off, and move on. The only way to get to a yes is to go through the nose. So it's just like, why be afraid to put yourself out there and be vulnerable? Like, you done been hurt before. You telling me you can't be hurt again? I'll be thinking about the stuff that I used to be hurt over, crying and all that stuff. And I'll be thinking back like, dang, like, that was nothing. I was so hurt. But like, thank God you went through that stuff, because you gotta go through that stuff to be able to realize, like, this is a good man. Because last dude, he wasn't trying to do none of this. He ain't care about my feelings. He ain't ask me how my day was. Didn't care if I ate. None of this.
Right.
And then when you get somebody who does do that stuff, you appreciate it and you value it more. So it's just like, you gotta go through those phases to get to where you want to to the win.
Yeah. And that's actually a great transition that we're talking about dating and all these steps that you have to go through with dating. Obviously, it's some premarital steps that people are taking as well. This is a story that you share with me. If you want to just quickly, brief the people about this story that was going on that we were talking about.
Yeah, this story crazy, y'all. So get ready, cause the woman, she said that she had been dating, her and this man have been dating for some time. They're engaged. They've had the best relationship up until this point. And she said that they're engaged and they're getting ready to get married and whatnot. But she said like the day before they get married is tradition in their family for the husband, the father, the brother, and I think the uncle or the cousin, basically the whole male line of his family, to check her hymen. And she came to us as a collective to ask for our advice because she just don't know how to feel about it. She don't know if she should just give up everything because their relationship had been great up until that point. And I just don't know what she thought that we was gonna tell her. Like, I don't know what she thought,
Like
but she needs to run for the hills because
you're
how would
saying
you
no.
feel? How would you feel about like your father and your uncles and all of that? Like, you feel like they should? Aren't there lines and boundaries that shouldn't be crossed? Because now you done been all up in there, and we at the dinner table for Thanksgiving, and you just know about her insides. Like,
Look, if I was marrying a girl and my brother, my uncle, my cousin, and all these people gotta smash my wife before,
and see, that's the thing because is she saying that that's how it has to happen? Like, I don't know if she was saying I got put their finger, their hand, or if they gotta, cause like what does that turn into in the long run? Like,
just the tip. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's wild. I can't comprehend that. Like I can't be with a female that I know. Snoop Dogg said ain't no fun if the homies can't get none. But Snoop ain't saying ain't no fun if your uncles, your brothers, and your cousins and your granddaddies can't get none. That's just a little bit
and
much for me.
Snoop Dogg wasn't talking about his wife at that when he was
Yeah,
talking.
that's true too.
He was just talking, and
Yeah,
I know, like that's how that industry stuff be, but that's not referring to your wife. That's
right.
just a toss around situation. Like, this is your wife,
Hmm.
and y'all doing this the day before marriage. At this point, I feel like everybody cut. Everybody come out because this gotta be a joke.
Yeah.
You can't be serious.
So you're saying you would not be okay with letting a man that you're going to marry to let his brothers and uncles sleep with you?
Absolutely not. At
Mm.
this point, I need to marry your father, your uncle, your cousin. I need to be marrying all of y'all at this
Well, hold
point.
on. And then there's something else you left out as well. They're both virgins, right?
Yes, yes. Yep, I forgot to mention that. That is an important part. She said they both were. So I don't know. This story is just kind of sketchy to me because it just makes me wonder, like, how real is this? I ain't saying that people ain't got they ain't the V's no more,
Mm.
but y'all both are at this grown age, and she looked pretty grown. You seen the video, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She looked pretty. She looked like our age or maybe older, right?
That's what I was thinking. Like she can't
Like
be any older
late
than 30.
20s, early 30s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no older than 35.
Yeah, and then he is too. My thing is, I don't believe it. I don't believe that he actually would be that because if that's your whole family line to do that stuff too. You haven't done that yet. And he was talking about my mom has done it, and it would just really mean a lot to me if you would do it for me too. It would mean a lot to me if you would get the out of my face with that. Cause what is you talking about?
I just does it.
It
I'm trying
gives
to
cult.
think.
Like if that's really a real thing, it's like because certain religions do certain things and
Yeah,
have
for sure.
different backgrounds, but that's definitely giving like a cult type of energy, in my opinion.
it's giving me bullshit too. I feel like he just gets married like every other week just so him and his weird ass brothers and shit
Can
run
set
trains on
people
these
out.
niggas. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, for real. It's just
Because
like,
then that's the thing too, because you right. Like you gotta make it to the wedding and you still have the opportunity at the wedding to say, no, this actually is not. He might have his brother in the audience or his aunt in the audience talking about, I object. Like, does anybody object? And they talk about they object and the whole wedding go down the drain and you then did all of this. To
what?
prove what? To who? Who are we proving this to?
Right. Like,
So I just think that I don't know what she wanted us to tell her, because in her heart of hearts she knew that that was weird, because
yeah,
that's why you came to the internet to ask us what should you do, because you
right.
know that that's not, something about that is off and very much not right. So you need to follow your gut instinct and go on about your business. And it's gonna hurt for sure. Like if y'all been
Yeah,
together for years and you really loved him and everything been great up until that point, it's like you gotta know the red flags. Cause it's like, if this is you springing this up on me right before our wedding, right?
mm.
And it just would really mean a lot to me. This is just tradition in our family. What else is tradition in y'all family later on down the line? And now I'm your
Yeah.
wife, and now I'm literally connected to you. And now it's like, oh, my husband just wants me to do it, so I'm gonna do it. Like, girl, stand up. Stand up.
'Cause how would you feel as a woman? You dealing with like, because me personally, I don't think this guy cares about her at all. Because I feel like any man who's willing to marry a female, because most guys aren't really trying to get married anyways, because we don't know who we're marrying. So the fact that you agreed to marry this girl, but now you're proposing this idea, it seems kind of. How do you feel about that? You think your old man loves you? It's like, yo, this is part of my religion. I swear I love you, but this is part of my religion. You gotta let them smash. Do you really think this man loves you?
Mm-mm. Well, I don't know, because people be into other things these days. Like people be swinging and all of that. But to me, if somebody was to ask me that, it's a no go, and it's actually everything is just over with, because that's sick. That's really some sick. And at this point, what else is you into? What else do y'all do?
That's gonna open the door for a lot of shit.
Now all of a sudden, oh, we have to let our daughter do this because it's a part of our religion, or
Mhm.
we have to let our son do X, Y, and Z for my father because it's a part of our religion. Like, you
Right.
gotta draw the line somewhere, because if you don't draw the line, it's gonna repeatedly get crossed every single time. Like,
Cause think about when they start to have kids too. Like, you don't think I'd feel weird like knowing like all my dad's like brothers and uncles and grandpas fucked my mom.
no, my mother. And
Like,
yes, and that's what I'm saying, because it's just like, for him to say, well, my mom did it. Okay, you should never told me that, because I'm looking at your mother funny, babe. Like,
uh,
that didn't do anything. I don't. And then, because me and my friend, we be sending stuff back and forth and whatnot. And my friend was like, I feel like she should ask the mom how it went for her. I'm not asking your mother or nothing. I don't want your mother's advice, because clearly your mother is not all the way there.
way too personal.
She's not all the way there. She's just into all of that. Like, to get married, it don't take all of that.
Yeah.
It never gave all of that. What you say?
I said it shouldn't take all
Shouldn't.
that.
It shouldn't. Really. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at it like it's a deal breaker already. Like, if my girl, person I'm supposed to marry, like, even offer this to me like before my wedding day, is like, yo, like, what are we doing? And why am I just finding out about your religious beliefs the day before the wedding? This should have been something we talked about once, he proposed to her or whatever. Like, yo,
Or
when you
even
married in my
before
family,
proposing. Before proposing.
yeah,
Because
facts.
what's the point of proposing to somebody if you don't even know if they're gonna be okay with them stipulations? Like, let's just get this out the way right now. And I just want to let you know X, Y, and Z. because I really would like to move forward and marry you one day. So I just have to let you know this. And she could say then and there, like, no, I'm not okay with that.
Right.
Or shit, why not? Let's do this every weekend at that. Like, what? That's crazy. It's crazy work.
I
I
mean,
think it's just another way for them to get off with their weird fantasies and whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I really don't know. It just sounds unrealistic to me, And
I've
if
never heard of this ever in my life. Like, you hear about different religions and
yeah,
stuff like that, but I've never, ever heard no mess like that. So that's why part of me is like, because people be going on social media and just saying anything just to get some
yeah,
buzz and just to blow up, and it don't
we
even
just
be the
talking about
truth. But like, so like, a part of me is like, this, she lying, but this world get crazier and crazier every day. So it's like, you can't put nothing past nobody because it could be your neighbor next door.
that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we should close out on that. Definitely, it was a good one. Nice long one for sure. We got the first one, um, out of the books. I think we could talk more off camera about the future, but I think this is something that we'll be doing again. So anybody who tuned in, drop a like, comment, subscribe wherever you're watching this on. If there's some content that you want to see again. Any last words you want to give them, Tamar, before we get on and get out of here?
No, I just want to say I enjoyed this, and I'm already thinking about topics that we can discuss further because there's other things too that kind of tie into what we're talking about. I'm like, oh, part two.
Because I'm thinking we might be your guys' Sunday night entertainment, and then we're gonna do another one during the week. I think we're shooting for Tuesday, correct?
Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Yes,
But
but yeah,
we'll get back to you guys whenever
yeah.
we figure it out. But this has been the first episode. I guess we want to call case by case. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. If you haven't already, drop a like, a comment, and subscribe for your boy. And we're gonna have some more content coming to you guys.
Period.
All righty. We are gonna log out of here. I appreciate you guys. And